for
post
sweet decks in the top 8. Jeremiah Rudolph's 12 post deck. You get deck list.
Yeah, we gotta get. Oh, we have a pile of deck lists. Cool.
Way ahead of us. Jeremiah Rudolph is actually. I watched him during round 8. Watched him play, and him and his opponent were just joking around. They thought they were both drawing completely dead for top 8.
Wow.
Their tiebreakers were much worse. I have the round 7 standings here. Jeremiah Rudolph was in 11th place on 16 points with a 55% match win. He won his match. Warren Connell drew his match. He was 7-1. He had a 59% match win, so a difference of 4. And Warren had the benefit of getting a favorable pairing against somebody drawing, as opposed to somebody getting paired down as a 16 that Jeremiah was. Nonetheless, Jeremiah was able to overcome the 4-point.
Jeremiah just munching on a giant carrot, like.
Yeah, no big deal.
Just like, what's up, Doc? So, totally Bugs Bunnying us there. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just thought it was funny. He just grabs a carrot from off camera and just, what's up, Doc? I don't think he said what's up, Doc, but that's what I thought.
If he did, we couldn't hear it, so we'll just
assume he did.
it.
Right? Can we get a word bubble on the screen? What's up, Doc, or something? He should have that on his shirt if he's gonna eat carrots. So, Drew Rosen playing Reanimator. We saw him in the final round of the Swiss. Ruben and I did the coverage for that particular match, and Drew Rosen just ran over his Elves opponent. Like, Elves guy
I saw him
with
an Elish Norn in play. It didn't seem like
it was a turn 1 Elish Norn. It was a turn 1 Elish Norn against Elves.
How did he manage to turn 1 this Elish Norn?
He played Lotus Petal. He played Land. He went and Tomb Elish Norn Reanimate. Yeah.
Perfect.
So he says, all right, I'll do you a favor and I'll take 7. I'll lose 7 life for you, Elf
and
deck.
You don't get to play.
To go.
You don't get
but
to
you
play
don't get
Magic.
to play Magic. Yeah, we're just gonna. You can play the lands. Then what he did, in game 2, because that was game 1. Game 2, I think he waited until maybe turn 2 or something.
Oh, what a nice guy.
So that and then he said, you know what, I'm not gonna play Elish Norn. I'll play Iona Name in green. So you can play lands, but you can't play Magic. That was the plan. Animate Dead on Iona was the play there. So Drew runs over his final round, his winning in opponent, and because a lot of these guys drew, he ends up being first in the after the Swiss.
Right, he had to play.
First place, he had to play. He played, he won. He's first, and he gets to choose, play or draw. Looks like it looks like in this particular case that didn't help him. He apparently lost game 1 to Jeremiah Rudolph, and he's got to turn 1 Lotus Petal into Careful Study. And
it doesn't look like he has a land.
No, doesn't look great for him.
But he does, as soon as he draws a land, he can reanimate, yield, Gristlebrand, or Terrestodon, whatever he chooses.
Only 14 lands in the deck, in addition to 4 Lotus Petals. But these decks run off so few lands.
And by these decks, do you mean not the
I'm sorry, these
Reanimator
decks can run off of so few lands. Did not draw a land.
Yeah, Jeremiah's deck has a nice solid 25 lands.
So Pithing Needle on turn 1 from Jeremiah Rudolph, and he names Gristlebrand.
Okay.
And now on Jeremiah's second turn, about to draw here. Gained a life off of the Glimmer Post. And he has a Sensei's Divining Chop. Gristlebrand on a Post-it.
These guys look like they're having fun.
Yeah, they do. They're laughing.
Alright, there's an Ayavugan, not the greatest second land.
Yeah, but considering your opponent has no lands, well, never mind.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, speak of the devil, and there is a Polluted Delta. Drew Rosen goes to 19, casts, he's going to find a land, cast Reanimate, and, well...
I believe he still,
you think
still
he goes,
gets the Gristlebrand.
Goes with Gristlebrand, he goes with Terrastodon. It's Terrastodon right there, isn't it?
Yeah, Terrastodon is in play. If you wanted to get Terrastodon, you could basically blow up your own land, make it a 2-turn clock. But given the fact that Drew Rosen has a second Reanimate in his hand, I kind of like the Gristlebrand here. So you can Reanimate Gristlebrand, attack with...
attack, get some lifelink.
Get some lifelink, play your second Reanimate on the Terrastodon.
Yeah.
and potentially just blow up anything Jeremiah has to
Anything,
do.
yeah, anything.
If you just
scary,
reanimate the Terrestodon right now, then you're stuck, wading through some elephants.
Sure. Yeah. So right now, looks like the targeting is where we're left. So reanimate, target Gristlebrand, and Jeremiah says, "Sorry, hold up a sec. Let me gather myself. Take a bite of a carrot." Okay, go for it.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything realistically to do to stop that.
7/7 lifelink, pretty good.
Seems reasonable.
I believe Drew has lost some life though. I'll tell you that much. There he is at 11. Okay.
Plummeting to 11. I don't think Jeremiah has 11 points anytime soon coming up.
How about 7? Can he muster 7 points of direct damage to a Gristlebrand?
He cannot.
What does he have to answer that Gristlebrand?
He can repeal it.
Okay.
For a low price of 9 mana.
Repeal for 9. How much life would Drew have to gain? Would you have gained by the time Jeremiah has 9 mana? So looks like Drew's going right back up to 18.
Jeremiah falling to 14. It doesn't look like Jeremiah's hit a land off his Sensei's top either. So he's in for a world of hurt.
Yeah. Drew was the one looking for lands earlier, and all he needed was one. Found one, has now found a second one, and he's got a plan here. Cracking the second fetch land, finds an Underground Sea. And we're gonna see an Exhume. Does he have Exhume? Does he have Animate? Could be Animate Dead.
Yeah.
Either way, I believe that Terrastodon, the Don, is gonna come down and join Russell Brand.
Nice. So it could be just reanimate again, but it's going to be Exhume. See the Graveborn Exhumes.
Yeah, originally Urza's Saga.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, I took a break from Magic, and when I came back, it was right around when it was Torment. I think was the most recent set.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Jeremiah's just gonna scoop them up. Yeah, fair enough. So going to game 3 here between these two. Anyway, yeah, Torment was the most recent set, and I was like, you know what? I don't really feel like playing competitive decks. I just want to build a casual deck. I'll just build Reanimator. I want to play like Entomb, Exhume, and I had like Laquatus' Champion and Devouring Strauss. What's the Angel? Rhea Dawnbringer. Rhea Dawnbringer was in the deck. So when
I started playing, we used to reanimate.
Yeah, I mean they were what was available.
Yeah.
And you know, I basically, when I started playing Legacy, I'm like, I want to build Reanimator, and it's basically my casual deck. You know what I mean? Like the deck, I called it casual because it wasn't.
Yeah, you weren't.
You know, I wasn't playing
tournaments.
I wasn't playing any tournaments with it. It was just like I just want to build a 60 card deck of like the coolest reanimation kind of stuff that I can do. So that was what I did. But Entomb, Exhume, Animate Deads, Reanimates, and here they all are in Legacy with better targets. So that's it's a fun deck. So, I think I had Dark Rituals in there, so I could, you know, actually power out like the turn 1 Ritual, Entomb, Exhume. So looking at the sideboards, these guys already have sideboarded. This is game 3, but
I'm surprised that I would imagine that Repeal came out and Show and Tell came out for Jeremiah. Those are both very, very poor cards.
Pretty bad,
in a big mana matchup.
Chalice of the Void seems pretty good against Drew because he's really trying to. There's a lot of 1 casting cost spells that he needs to resolve. Entomb, Reanimate, like those are big game. You know, despite costing 1 mana. Basically, if you can play a Chalice for 1 early, he can't Entomb a creature. He can't reanimate a creature. You shut him off of those. He needs to now find another way to get a creature in the graveyard. Careful Study doesn't work.
All of his ways
a lot of those ways
cards cost 1.
He has a lot of trouble getting cards into the graveyard. What if he gets them into the graveyard? Now he can't reanimate. He has to use Animate Dead or Exhume. So, you know, Chalice, 3 copies of that for Jeremiah. Those seem real good, and they probably were in game 2. You might just not have seen them.
The other card I like is Flusterstorm.
Flusterstorm is
if only as a Spell Pierce
Force Spike.
type
Spell Pierce, Force Spike kind of thing. Yeah, I guess it's more Spell Pierce. Yeah.
A narrowed-ish card, and I also like Venser, Shaper Savant. I think those cards are coming in. I could imagine, like, I'm surprised he actually had the needle. It's not that great.
Yeah, I guess
naming
just
a Gristlebrand type card, Drew does have Hapless Researcher.
it's kind of sick that like naming the most powerful ability on a card. It's just like you just shut down Gristlebrand's most powerful ability, and he's left with a 7/7 flying lifelink.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just like
no big deal.
It's just, that card is so sick.
It's a good one.
Drew had no need to draw cards there. In fact, you almost wonder if maybe if the needle wasn't there, like, did the needle actually help Drew play better by saying don't draw cards because you don't need to, because you've got what you need to just take this game with what you've got. If you without the needle, does he start to draw cards and maybe put himself in a bad situation because he was at 11. He would go to 4 off of that without if he drew cards before that. No, I'm not.
Unlikely that Jeremiah would have been able to punish him drawing as much as he could afford. But in some cases, drawing 7 is not the play. Especially in a deck like Reanimator, when basically all you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You're not drawing like a 1-for-1s in a Reanimator deck. If you could somehow get Gristlebrand into play and then 1-for-1 your opponent, it'd be fantastic. But all you can really do is put more ways to cheat a monster into play. I'm actually curious to see how Jeremiah won
Game 1.
Game 1. It seems like an atrocious matchup for him.
Yeah, and even Ruben was saying that in earlier before we started coverage, before we came back live.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ruben was talking to Drew and saying he felt like Drew had a great matchup because of his because there's no real easy way for Jeremiah to stop Drew, especially Game 1.
Right.
And so I don't know how it happened either. Maybe it was just some sort of mistake that we didn't hear.
Failure rate, because he kept like a greedy hand like he did Game 2.
Yeah.
And just never got there.
It's possible.
Remember that Drew actually played turn 2 without a land.
Yeah.
He didn't
have a land until turn 3, I think.
Correct.
Yeah. So either way, these guys
like a very good hand that was insane if he drew a land. Missed for a little bit. But eventually hit and still won fairly easily.
Yeah, so I was talking to Drew a little bit. He said, he's been playing a little bit with Reanimator, but this is the first tournament he ever entered with Reanimator.
Nice.
So
good for Drew. I like seeing people that do well in their first Legacy tournaments. Like, the thing is, like, everybody sees, like, oh, Legacy is this huge bastion of, like, unbelievably complex interactions.
Yeah, but it's still Magic the Gathering, and it still tells you how the cards work on the cards.
Right. Most of them.
Yeah, most of the cards.
Unless your opponent's a meanie face.
Well, it says it's just in another language.
And it's just like a foil Japanese card.
It's like,
then they're just big meanie
Japanese faces. Textless Cryptic Command. You can't even figure out the name of this card. So, what is that? Merfolk's Hand.
Yeah. I saw a Nick Fit deck in Japanese foil earlier today.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much the meanest thing you can possibly do to somebody.
Yeah, like, what does that do? Can we get some more text?
You're not supposed to know what any of the cards do anyway. And then
they're just going to make it worse. Japanese. Like, I need to read that, but I can't read that. Can I just get
the entire Oracle just at the side of the table? I'm going to need this every other card.
Gonna need Gatherer up over here, please.
All right, so Jeremiah keeps to 7 and Drew is down to 6. Apparently not enough. Too many lands. It had like at least 2.
Probably had like a 3-lander or something.
Yeah, it was unacceptable for Drew.
Either way, these guys look like they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, they look like they're really relaxed.
So talk about this 12-post deck, because this is one that we don't see very often.
Okay, so the 12-post deck is this one, there's a couple different flavors. This one in particular is blue-green. It plays the 12-post that gets its name from the 12 copies of Cloud Post that it can approximate.
12, what are they actually, like?
Locusts.
Locusts, that's right.
Yeah. There are 4 Cloud Posts.
Mm-hmm.
4 Vesuva to copy Cloud Post,
copy them.
and then 4 Glimmer Post. They count as locusts too. Jeremiah calls the deck Turbo Eldrazi.
Right. Yeah. It's more known as 12 Post, but Turbo Eldrazi.
So you use these this insane mana engine. Use crop rotation or expedition map to get the extra copies into play. And you cast giant Eldrazi's.
Essentially, it's a ramp deck.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all it comes down to.
Yeah, Misty Rainforest from Jeremiah. The backup half of this deck, one of the cool things about it being blue-green, is that there's both Primeval Titan to search out extra copies, and Show and Tell to both put either Primeval Titan or one of the Eldrazi into play. And the Primeval Titan can search up Ayavugan fairly easily. There's also Glacial Chasm in Jeremiah's deck.
So right now it's just land go from both guys on turn 1 and 2. Turn 3, Jeremiah is gonna play a land and a top. He plays a Glimmer Post and gets a life out of it, up to 21. That's 3 swings with Gristlebrand. And still not, doesn't change the Gristlebrand clock just yet.
So it looks like Drew's got some. Is it Echoing Truth? Yeah.
He does have Echoing Truth. He has a Force of Will. I believe he's got an Exhume, but he doesn't have any way to. It doesn't look like he has Fatties or a way to draw.
Yeah, so he really needs an Entomb.
Yeah, an Entomb would be ideal. He may have. It's hard to see.
To 20. Still in triple Gristlebrand hit range.
Yeah.
And looks like we're gonna get a top activation. My favorite play in Legacy. So spin the top. Oh no. I never like the players that take an excessively long time on their tops.
Well, it's not excessive yet, but
every once in a while, you need to tank on the top. For the most part, it just
you kind of know what you're looking for. You kind of know what you want. So, look at the top 3. Which do you want the most? Put it on top. There's an expedition map. Drew wants to read it.
Is a 1-mana artifact that you can sacrifice it and pay 2 more mana to go get any land in your deck. I believe if I'm Jeremiah, almost 100% sure that you crack it. Maybe Drew's just thinking about it. He still can't believe he's playing against Expedition Map in Legacy. He's like, dude, I reanimate giant monsters on turn 1, and you're playing Expedition Map?
Yeah, but see, you didn't reanimate anything on turn 1 or turn 2
or turn 3 for that matter.
Or turn 3. So
Drew Rosen draws a Duress.
All right, so Duress. We're gonna take a look at what Jeremiah has to play with. We've got
like
Revoker. Yeah, I see Crop Rotation, Flusterstorm, Revoker, Titan, and Kozilek.
Yeah.
When I say Titan, I mean the Primeval.
Yeah. If you missed, getting Wolf Run and Inkmoth Nexus, you can just pick them up and play them in Legacy. Get Cloud Post and Glimmer Post.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Drew gonna write down Jeremiah's hand. Definitely something you want to do when you're playing in a tournament. I do it when I'm playtesting, so I want to remember what's in people's hand. Unless they are like, I'll just leave it open. Sometimes my friends will just leave it on the table.
I'm a fan of practice like you play.
Yeah. So you want to write it down?
I want to write it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also don't play tests. I just play tests in tournaments.
That's a fine way to do it. Yeah.
It's nice that we get events like the Open Series that we can play in all the tournaments. And it's not just one tournament every, 3 months or whatever.
Yeah. A lot of opportunities to play on the Open Series. 40 some weekends a year,
That's it.
something like that.
Subsidy needs to step it up.
I feel it's roughly that much. I'm
Yeah,
just
only
estimating.
40. There are like at least 52 weeks in a year.
There's like at least 52. All right, so the duress now. Gonna take the Flusterstorm. What do you think? I like that. Basically, the choice between Flusterstorm and crop rotations. I definitely like the Flusterstorm there.
Yeah, given that Drew has a Force of Will to both really punish the crop rotation and the Flusterstorm is basically uncounterable.
Yeah.
The storm mechanic is not known for its susceptibility to counter spells.
For sure. And it looks like, speaking of Flusterstorm, I think that's one that's going to be on the top of Jeremiah's deck if he puts them back the way he has them in his hand. He's got crop rotation,
yeah.
Flusterstorm, and a land
Tropical
in the middle.
Island.
Okay, Tropical Island, yep. And I believe that's Flusterstorm. He's switching it around. He's going to take that land, it looks like. Yeah, quite a bit of redundancy for Jeremiah.
Yeah, I can't imagine a play where Jeremiah would not want to take the Flusterstorm, draw his card, crack the map for...
I think he took the Trop.
He definitely took the Trop. Maybe he's noticed that, Drew is basically still like top decks away, so he might have more time than he might need.
Yeah, I can't get a great look at Drew's hand, but looks to me like he does not, we were correct. There's no fatties, no real card draw spells, and Drew is passing back. News from another table, Elliot Wolcheski with Rug Delver has defeated Boaz Van Driel with the Bug Landstill deck, so Rug Delver advancing to the semis.
Yeah, good thing that wasn't on camera, otherwise...
I might have been crying.
Jim Davis and Edgar Flores now starting Game 3. Elliot trying to get a back-to-back
finals,
top
right?
fours.
Yeah, he didn't make the finals? Oh, no, it was Dan Jordan.
Yes, he lost in the
semifinals.
semifinals.
That's right. So, yeah, we've got two players
weekend,
with repeat top 8s this weekend.
Yeah. And so more tops, more tanking for Jeremiah. I'm almost positive he still wants to draw this Flusterstorm. And maybe it's not that great anymore because if Drew draws an Entomb, maybe goes for Entomb, then a reanimation spell in the same turn.
Which, wouldn't be
entirely possible.
Yeah, it's very possible. And especially Drew probably thinks the coast is clear after taking the first Flusterstorm. Unless taking the first Flusterstorm has it in his head where he's going to play around it. Like, he could have drawn another Flusterstorm. Right. Expedition map. We're going on an expedition. Going adventuring. See if you can find any priceless treasures. What is Jeremiah looking for? What is he finding on this
we're going to sing my favorite Yeah Yeah Yeahs song.
Which song is that?
Maps.
Maps. I don't think I know any other Yeah Yeah Yeahs songs. At least not the title.
Me neither. Ooh, FNM Cloud Post. That's sweet.
Woo! What an adventure.
Took an adventure to the FNM Foil Cloud Post.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most misplaced FNM foils of all time.
Yeah.
People were just like not even in this. Yeah, not even in extended at the time. It's like this is in no way, shape, legal in anything.
Here we got a careful study. Draws, I believe it was land, and I can't see what that card is.
Drew, you're so mean.
Come on, Drew. Put it in the light, buddy. He puts his hand in the light, but I still didn't get a good look at his hand. What is that card? Is that another Echoing Tree?
That's an Angel of Despair.
Well, I know he has Angel, but I mean, he has a blue card or something, or maybe it's just foil and it looks blue, but it's in the middle of his hand now. It's hard to see. That card. It's like
it looks like he likes it, so see if I can find on his list. No,
it's hard to tell.
Wipe Away.
Oh, okay.
like Drew has all the mana and all the bounce spells in the world.
So he discards 2 fatties, Terastodon and Angel of Despair.
Still no reanimation card.
He didn't have an Exhume there? I thought I saw an Exhume.
I don't believe so.
Man, he goes through so fast. Maybe it was an Echoing Truth that I saw.
Yeah, he has 2 Echoing Truths, a Force of Will, a Lotus Petal, an Underground Sea, and the Wipe Away.
I could be wrong, but it may be Carl Critchlow did the art for Echoing Truth and Exhume, and that's why I'm recognizing it that way. I can't remember who did the artwork for Echoing Truth, but...
So yeah, this is really bizarre game again. Where everybody's just having all the time in the world. And he's taking all the time in the world.
Tippity top, taking
taking
a lot of time.
He's pretending like he has 6 or 7 turns to do something. Like, he's not in any hurry to get out this Primeval Titan, starting to do anything impressive with that. Or I can't imagine this is a land. He's got a. If he had a land, he has to. But there we go. There's a cloud
another
post.
cloud post. Another FNM cloud post.
That'll make 6 mana for Jeremiah this turn. Or actually 7. Apologies. Each cloud post is 3. But yeah, no spell again. Once again, what happens if Drew draws the exact card he drew? He reanimates, gets Terastodon, and just blows up the cloud post.
I mean, he can Titan right here and still have Flusterstorm mana up. Am I wrong?
You were not wrong on that.
I mean, here he goes pointing with that carrot. Look, what's up, Doc? He is literally just eating that carrot.
What's up, Doc?
I don't know why I find that funny. I guess I've just never seen. There's nothing wrong with carrot. I eat carrots.
Yeah, carrots are great.
But it just seems funny to me. He's just eating a carrot, using it to point.
What is Drew thinking about here?
Greg Staples did Echoing Truth.
I see.
Or at least this version. Is that, I don't know, maybe there's a different artwork version. There's dual decks. Is that different artwork?
No.
If it's the same artwork, then it's Greg Staples, so. I couldn't remember. Critchlow is the artist on Exhume, though, I'm pretty sure. And then there's a Reanimate.
Here comes the Reanimate. So I don't know what Jeremiah's plan is. He had a Primeval Titan and he opted not to cast.
Another old favorite artist of mine, Robert Bliss, on that Reanimate.
Okay.
Wish he was still doing artwork for Magic.
I would imagine that the Reanimate is targeting the Terastodon.
I'll let you. I'll get down with that imagination. That imagining.
I have enough confirmation from the booth that is in fact the target.
Did you give us confirmation?
Reanimate.
Okay, fine. That makes the most sense.
Yes.
And so Jeremiah's thinking here. Right now,
I can't think of a single card in his 75 that would cause him to be able to stop this Reanimate from happening. Maybe like some sort of like Venser combinations. Like double, I don't think double Tendrils. Does he play the Lotus Petal to get him some Storm? For Flusterstorm? I could actually see like maybe Venser.
You could Venser cause him to recast it, and then Flusterstorm. Is that enough? Like.
Yeah, I believe that's a possibility.
I think 2 spells have already been cast. Is that right?
Yeah, the Lotus Petal and the Reanimate.
So Storm counts at 2. Venser would make it 3. Him recasting it would make it 4.
So
and then
Flusterstorm would be 5, and that would be more than enough.
Yeah. So if he has Venser, we don't even know. We haven't seen it.
Or if he has. Yeah, if he has Venser in his deck, even I would imagine it is in his deck.
Well, he's cracking a fetch. He's trying to do something here.
So Tropical Island is fetched out for Jeremiah. Yeah. Come on, Jeremiah. You gotta pick up the pace, man.
Yeah.
We've been fetching a land for like 3 or 4 minutes. I see Elliot Wolczewski in the background there.
Yeah, he's waiting for the match to end too because he wants to play.
Yeah, he wants it. Look at him. Look at Elliot. He wants to play some Magic.
His match is finished. All right, we're gonna spin top now. Okay, we are gonna spin top now.
Oh, perfect. Looks like...
So he cracks a fetch. He wants to get a fresh 3 on top. Manages to do that. Spins the top. Takes a look. It's in a book. It's reading range. Wait, that's not what I meant to say.
He's going to crop rotation, sacrificing his forest. This is starting to... Okay, so that's actually 4 spells. So he still has 5 mana. So if Jeremiah can get 1 more spell on the stack,
so we got
Flusterstorm.
We got Lotus. We got Lotus Petal, Reanimate, Crop Rotation, and now Flusterstorm. Is that right? Oh, I'm sorry. Force of Will. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5, right?
Yes. However, Drew has 5 mana.
Right. Okay. So he's like, we're counting. Is this 5? It's 5. Does he have a Flusterstorm of his own? Does he play Flusterstorm?
No. It's an Echoing Truth and a white boy.
Oh, we figured that out earlier.
Yeah. He pitched his second Echoing Truth. But yeah, it looks like okay, in about 5 minutes or so, Drew's going to pay for this Flusterstorm.
Well, cracking the fetches. Drew will be a little quicker, I think.
Does Drew have... Okay, Drew does have enough lands to fetch out. That'd be awesome.
Or he's just like, oh crap, I don't have 2 lands to fetch. Is there some... What's the deal here?
Who knows?
There's some stuff happening, I think. I mean, are we counting spells? Are we counting manas? Yeah, go ahead and fetch your lands. Obviously, you didn't fail to find, I hope. Like, not just by... Like, yeah, I'll crack these and not even look at my library. I failed to find because I failed to look. But no, he finds an island and a swamp. Okay, so he's... You know, Flusterstorm and copies on the stack. Was it just a miscount by Jeremiah? I mean, it looks like a miscount by Jeremiah from this angle. At this point, from what we know, we don't know if Jeremiah may have another. Jeremiah may just have another Flusterstorm. Say,
that'd
okay,
be pretty
you're gonna
impressive.
pay? I'm a Flusterstorm. You know. At this point, yeah. What is the target of the Flusterstorms? Like, what are you?
Yeah.
What are you targeting? Because there's all these copies, right? So,
right. So
either like crop rotation appears to still be on the stack.
Yeah, I believe Drew is just going to be like, I'm just going to pay for them all, man.
Yeah, I'm just paying for them all. So whatever it is you targeted,
all right, so
I paid.
Jeremiah's going to draw a card.
And it's a Flusterstorm.
And another Flusterstorm.
There's the other Flusterstorm. So that was what that was all about. That could have happened a lot faster, I think. But
same. Yeah, you could just be like, yeah, I want to counter both your spells now.
Yeah, at this point, you know, first Flusterstorm resolves and is paid for, and then now second Flusterstorm, it doesn't matter. He's just going to counter the Force and the Reanimate.
The Bajuka Bog.
And yeah, Bajuka Bog from Jeremiah is what he gets with the crop rotation.
That's gross. Get your carrot off the playing area. You took a bite of that, and like somebody's slobber is gonna have to be on that.
Am I awake? There was a carrot, a literal carrot,
actual
on
carrot.
the board.
Just like take a bite of it, put it on the table, no big deal. Hey man, you can go back to eating your carrot after you have a match of Magic to play.
I don't mind him eating the carrot. I think the whole thing is great. I just think it's hilarious. Yeah. It's comedy.
So somehow after all that, Jeremiah is in a pretty fantastic position. Now he can finally cast his Primeval Titan.
That was the plan all along.
I bet.
Double Flusterstorm. That's why he didn't want to. He was gonna crop rotate for the Bajuka Bog and double Flusterstorm. Anything Drew tried to do. Pretty much the plan.
Unless you can draw a card.
If that guy behind him drops his pizza on the board, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Let's go.
Looks like Jim Davis has taken his match against Edgar Flores 2-1, advancing to the semifinals. Confirmation from our director,
right,
and we have a Vesuva from Jeremiah Rudolph.
We got
and a Primeval Titan. So Drew has used that.
Also, Jeremiah has Kozilek in hand, so he's milking his time on camera to the fullest of his ability.
64 minutes into this this particular round here. 2 games already under already in the books. Game 3 here looking like it's
We got a Caracas.
Game 3 here looking like it's getting more and more out of reach for Drew Rosen. Facing down now a Primeval Titan, and we know there's a Kozilek in Jeremiah's hand. Jeremiah with access to a ton of mana at this point. Titan currently fetching Eye of Ugin and a Caracas. One land going to play offense, one land going to play defense, essentially. Phyrexian Revoker now coming down, just kind of, yeah, out of nowhere.
Also noted, Jeremiah has a Kozilek in hand, wants to milk it out.
And I think that was, is that a Sphinx of the Steel Wind?
I believe so.
Yeah, certainly looked like it. Yeah, there it is,
yeah.
one in his deck, so.
Okay, good for Brand. I actually appreciate if Drew did the honorable thing and conceded this match.
Well, he's just looking for an opportunity. Is there a window? Is there something I can do? I'm at 17 life. Kozilek draws 4 cards, sure, and is a big dude, but
I think
maybe there's
Jeremiah's
something I can
actually
do.
explaining that he's going to go infinite, and because at some point he's going to search up Eye of Ugin and take infinite turns with Crocus by hardcasting Emrakul over and over again. Alright, draws a card, see if Drew lets him attack. Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here.
I don't know that Drew has a way to win this at all. I guess Drew just wants to confirm that, and I understand that. Being in his position, felt like he had things were going pretty well for him, and Jeremiah just kind of threw a wrench into those plans, and not only that, started just dropping bombs into the onto the battlefield and carrots. Well,
Yeah.
1 carrot.
Bombs and a carrot.
Bombs and a carrot. Is that the new deck name for this? I think bombs and a carrot.
Sure. I like that deck name. Change it from 12 posts to bombs and a carrot. Alright, so we're going to make a mere 20 mana.
Yeah, Jeremiah has access to 4 cloud posts, 5 if you count the Vesuva, which you should because it's a cloud post.
Yeah. Kind of have to.
Each one makes 5 mana. I'm
6.
sorry, each one makes 6 mana because of the Glimmer Post, and finds an Emrakul.
So casting Emrakul, no big deal. tap, and
he says, "I'm going to swing." Okay, that was the quickest thing happened in the match. He said, "I'm going to swing." He didn't even draw his card for the turn. I'm going to swing. and get it.
Yeah. Great. So Jeremiah, Rudolph, and his Carrots of Doom advanced to the semifinals with 12 post, or Bombs in a Carrot.
Yeah, Bombs in a Carrot. So Drew Rosen, congratulations on your top 8 this tournament. Reanimator treating you well.